We thought it would be a fun idea to discuss what it would be like if we could steal one player from every team, but like not to assemble a team of 18, but to simply say which player is the most stealable from each AFL side. And we'll set a little bit of context. Let's say we're an expansion side. Let's say we're Tasmania, but it's 2025. And we could steal one player to build a franchise around from each club and make a little bit of a justification as to why. So should we move through the clubs alphabetically?
Just to clarify here, just one thing. So
Please do.
Are we trying to... We're pretty much just building that franchise player. We're not going to go after like, I will take a key defender from this team.
Correct.
Because we want a key defender. We want just kind of their best player or the player that we think we could build the team around.
Yes. So I suppose the scarcity of that player is a factor.
Yes.
To some extent. And how young they are. I suppose you want a player that is a balance between not risky, but also not past it.
Yeah.
Or won't be past it in a few years. So let's use Adelaide as an example. Who do you think, if you were Tasmania, and let's say not 2027, let's say we're right now, if you could steal one player to start round 1, 2026, who would it be?
This is easy. It's Jordan Butts. It's not really, no. It's Isaac Rankin.
Yeah.
Surely it's Isaac Rankin.
Yeah.
The level that he's playing at.
You throw sarcasm at me so rarely that I was like, what?
No, Isaac Rankin. I mean, yeah, the level that he's playing at over the last couple of years, and again, scarcity, you mentioned off the top there, the scarcity of the player. You can't find that sort of speed and endurance and just general impact on the game, his ability to win a clearance, kick a goal, do something mercurial. And he's found that sweet spot that I don't think he had at Gold Coast, where he sort of stays in the game much more consistently now than he did before. So he is, like, would you say he's a top 10 player in the comp?
Possibly.
I think he is.
Yeah, it needs some time to really do that.
Yeah,
but I think so. I think nothing about that seems...
He's at that level.
Yeah. And you feel like a big game player, and certainly so much more than a small forward. You know, I think the justification there is very easy. I had Rankin as the same. The one I considered was Dawson, purely on just the quality of player he is.
He was the first player that came to my mind, and then you always go, oh, Rankin though.
Yeah, I think it's the scarcity piece.
Yes.
Right? Like, Rankin is harder to find.
Yep.
What about the Brisbane Lions? They've got like a top-heavy and bottom-heavy... Well, that's not true, actually. They've got great players of every age bracket and a very even team. Like, I reckon a few years ago, I might have gone to Harris Andrews.
It's exactly what I was going to say.
Right. And Lockie Neal at times would have been that player, albeit now he's 31, 32 this year. Same age. But failing that... I was going to say Will Ashcroft because of his youth and his performance to date and the comfortableness I have with the idea that he will become a good player. But McCluggage is also an outstanding player in his prime right now. So I think you can make the argument to go for him. But I will say Will Ashcroft. He's a Norm Smith medalist already and he's 20. I think you go expansion side, potential leader. You're
going mid-flavour. I think it would be for me, it would be out of two. It would be Hugh McCluggage or Cam Rayner.
Yeah, okay. I was going to suggest maybe that you would say Rayner.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rayner.
Yeah,
I'm a massive fan of his. Just again, probably in that Isaac Rankin flavour. It's just like those guys, like they just don't grow on trees. The guy that can come in, like win a big centre clearance, can kick a big goal, so powerful, and a pretty creative player as well. And I feel like for me, that Brisbane team, when I just like think about the Brisbane team, I think about those forwards.
Yeah.
Those powerful forwards that they have. Even like I'd even like consider throwing like a Zach Bailey into the hat, but I think I would go with Cam Rayner.
Yeah.
Hugh McCluggage second for me. But I get the Will Ashcroft one, like consistency, bankable, leader.
Mm-hmm. I thought you might have thrown Logan Morris in there, to be honest. But I think there's a few to choose from. They're a very good team with young players as well. Carlton is actually a tricky one because a couple of years ago, 2023, you said, wow, they got so many elite players in their prime, or at least this was my take, like so many key pillars of that team.
Yeah.
Like, who do you choose from? And now, we're a couple of years down the track, and I think it's just a little bit harder, although, as I say, one player just came to the front of my mind.
Yeah, I've got one player. I actually think this is relatively easy.
I forgot about this player.
3, 2, 1, Wiedering.
Lachlan Fogarty.
Surely
that's actually not the player that popped into my mind.
Was it Kerno?
It was TDK.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, funnily enough, I had Wiedering down on my notes.
I would go
here.
Wiedering.
Wiedering's a great choice, but TDK, as I said it, for he's not that much younger. TDK Wiedering would be the two.
Yeah.
I would have said Walsh a couple of years ago, but he's just not quite he'd become the player that maybe we expected him to at this early juncture. He's still got time, but if you're taking like one player, it's probably Wiedering for the safety and just what you're going to get. But TDK would also be a worthwhile shout, I think.
I think he's a good shout. I don't think from TDK. I don't think we've seen that he can do it at the like. It's not like he's really had like been a big game player. I don't think he's really put like a full season together or anything like that. So it would be an upside pick for sure, and I get it based on that. I just feel like Wiedering.
You can build a backline around Wiedering.
You can build a backline.
So if you're an expansion side, that's important.
Yeah, and he's one of those defenders where there's like literally no questions around his size or anything like that. It's like he's never playing.
That must be nice.
Yeah, exactly. He's never playing like though on someone that.
Continue.
Damn it, Jess. He's never playing on someone that's like bigger than him.
No.
Next team, it's Wiedering.
Collingwood's got to be the easiest one here.
Yeah.
Is there any contender to Nick Dacos on this team?
Nah. Not even
the age.
Not even
as well.
close.
I mean, he's probably their best player to begin with. Essendon is tricky though.
Yes.
I'll let you go first.
And we're like again, we're making this. We're not saying it's necessarily their best player.
Yeah.
It's a franchise player. I like how you. I actually think this is relatively straightforward now that I think about it.
Yeah, I've also changed my mind from who I wrote down.
It's Nate Caddy.
Oh, actually, I wrote Nate Caddy, but I was also thinking like he's riskier than saying Nick Martin.
Oh, you were going to say Nick Martin?
Well, no, I wrote Caddy, and then as I was about to say it, I was like, Caddy's in his second season. Is that who I'd go when you could have Nick Martin?
When you could have, yeah, that's a tricky one.
I think Merritt's just a little bit old now. I mean, he would have been this choice for the last
of course.
10 years.
He's their best player.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you'd sort of be not giving yourself enough of a runway there with the team.
If you had one pick, one opportunity, would you go Nate Caddy? I don't know.
Do you know what you always think back with that? You think of the Gary Ablett to Gold Coast. Merritt feels more like Gary Ablett to Gold Coast, where the Giants went for that model of like they brought in some older players that were less quality, and then they went to like Callum Ward and these younger guys. Phil Davis.
Yeah, a couple others.
Scully. Like young guns, which not all of those worked either, but probably overall worked
as a
better
model. It works better.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it has, for me it has to be Caddy. Probably more upside.
Yeah.
Nick Martin, that type of player, I think is like super valuable. But I think Caddy. More difficult to find that player in a draft crop as well.
Yeah, that's actually a really tough one. I'm deciding between those two. I might go Martin, just to add a bit of flavour, a bit safer.
I like that.
What about Fremantle? They got a fair bit of young talent you can pick from here. A lot of players that would be suitable for a expansion side. So it just comes down to who is the best.
For me, we all know I love Caleb Sarong.
You are a Sarong.
No, I'm not going to go Caleb Sarong. I'm going to go Josh Tracy.
I considered him. I went Luke Jackson.
Fair.
Yeah, I
totally
think you can make a case for either. Both valuable positions, but I think maybe the scarcity thing as well with Luke Jackson. It's harder to find another Luke Jackson in the modern game currently, I reckon.
I'd be more when we had the TDK discussion, I'd be more likely to go for Jackson over TDK.
Yeah.
But that is a tough one. The other one that I considered there in my head, probably even before Jackson, was Andy Brayshaw.
Hayden Young as well would have been a great shout.
Forgot about Hayden Young.
Yeah.
Shea Bolton. But I've gone with those small forwards. I went Rankin and somebody else. I went Rayner, another forward. But
and you went Lachlan Fogarty as well.
And Fogarty, of course Fogarty. Joel said Nick Martin ACL, but not like.
Oh yeah,
we're sort of not taking that into
hypothetical. Yeah.
Yep. Joel also said Caddy as well for Essendon, but
Brandon just said end stream, please.
Someone always comes in and says that.
Why?
I don't know. We've got 81 on that. We're loving this.
Chuck a like on the stream if you could as well, please, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely, get around it. We're doing we're building Tasmania.
Yeah.
as we speak. So we've just had Fremantle. I went with Josh Tracy,
Yeah, I'll go Jackson.
Luke Jackson. Who is
with
next?
Hayden Young is my second.
Jeez, I forgot,
Geelong.
yeah.
Geelong. Oh, there's a few young talents here.
Yes, there are a few young talents, but I think there is one that is perfect for this role, and it is Max Holmes.
So I think it's a pretty even race between him and Bailey Smith. I think I'll go Bailey Smith.
You know Bailey Smith?
I think I will.
Are you taking into consideration the profile as well there? Like new team?
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
I just think he just edges Holmes on quality. But Holmes
Do you really?
Holmes is a couple of years younger.
Yeah, I feel like Holmes is more dynamic.
Yeah. I don't know. Is he more dynamic?
They're
both extremely dynamic.
Yeah, they're actually both really dynamic.
Yeah.
I feel like Holmes has got better ball use.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
And
Smith is the clutch player, though, the one that wins finals at the Gabba. Points to his veins.
Yeah,
That one time it
that
happened.
does stick in your mind. Yeah, Bailey Smith goes back to that player again too. Like not the greatest field kick, but if like you leave him alone inside 50, he'll kick a goal.
Yeah.
Which is, I still don't fully get how that works. But
I think you can't lose with that one, personally.
yeah,
between
I'm
those two.
going Holmes.
Yeah. Gold Coast, ironically, as an expansion side, this one also not completely obvious to me. I think there's a number of evenly rated ones. Although, as I say that, there may be someone who pops into my mind at the last minute. Because that's happened 3 times in this video alone.
I'm just going to scan across to yours and see what you've done. Oh, okay,
I didn't even write one name down.
Okay, I mean, for me, this is clear.
Okay.
I thought. Sorry, I looked over your notes. And I thought you had Noble.
Actually, another player I wouldn't mind West Coast having a look at. But yes, continue.
Oh dear. No, I think for me, Noah Anderson.
Yeah, if you'd have let me go first there, I probably would have gone with Anderson.
But
I did consider Rao, but I think Anderson's better performed.
Yeah.
Mac Andrew also has the tall, just to throw a little bit of flavour in there.
Yes.
But is there anyone else that bubs up? I mean, there's a lot of high draft picks over the last few years that we haven't seen a lot of yet, like Walter, Lombard, Jake Rogers, Ethan Reid. There's really good
There's
talent.
tons of those guys. I think like you'd take in this. I know he's probably getting, like before I said, like you go for that younger player over like a Merritt, but Anderson's young enough that I think it still works.
Yeah, totally. I think he's only 24.
Yeah, you get the best of his career sort of thing. So I think he's fairly straightforward. Like, it'd be a hard case to say I'd take Mac Andrew over, albeit there's a lot of upside there, but like you wouldn't want to take that over Noah Anderson.
He's also a leader. Is he captain or?
He's captain.
Yeah, he's captain. Yeah,
he's captain.
Yeah, I didn't imagine that. Yeah,
Kicked
he's
that
captain.
awesome goal the other night against the Pies.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would agree with you. That's who I would have gone with.
I think the only other one that we didn't mention that would be like maybe a shout would be Bailey Humphrey.
Yeah, it crossed my mind, but I just went for the proven quantity.
Yeah. I'd take Anderson, but I think he's had to be mentioned. Who's next?
The GWS Giants. I reckon there's 2. You can't look at my notes.
No, I'm staying.
Druzy.
I'm like,
No, it's fine.
No, for me, this is
I think you'll say the same.
fairly straightforward. I'm not.
Really?
I promise I'm not.
No,
looking.
it's fine. I know who you're going to say.
Finn Callahan.
Yeah, you were going to say Finn Callahan.
Yeah.
I think that is absolutely worth. Like you could do that. I would throw some love to Sam Taylor because I think he is so good.
I love Sam Taylor
Yeah,
so much.
so it's those 2 players you look at there, and you got to choose one. But you can also like the same thing with Wiedering. Sam Taylor, just lock and load, key back for the next 6 years.
Joel just said Eric. I don't know why Eric Cadman, but yeah, Aaron Cadman. Is there a joke there? Aaron Cadman. I agree that he says too risky though, but I agree with that because like,
is it a Cartman reference? Eric Cartman.
maybe
Cartman reference.
Eric.
How old am I?
Eric Cartman. Yeah, well, it could be.
That's a YouTuber, Cartman 22.
I could make a case there.
Yeah, I agree, but
with Taylor.
But
Sorry,
if you have
the
the
Taylor
choice.
v Callahan.
yeah.
Just quickly, I could make a case there that not like Callahan's a pretty rare player, but like Taylor, you're not going to find that player.
Yeah.
And it's like no one else can do what he can do.
Yeah. I think I will go Taylor.
Yeah,
was the one I wrote down
I'll go
first.
Callahan, but that is.
Yeah.
I reckon that's the closest one we've had.
Yeah. Hawthorn? I think there's one obvious answer too.
I mean,
You hate this bloke.
I hate this bloke.
Yeah, it's James Warple.
I'm thinking Will Day.
yeah. That's it. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
You love Will Day.
He's their best player.
I think so too. I think they're a very even team, with the exception like Will Day is that more transcendent player, but there's a few more like there's a lot of quality role players in that team.
Yes.
They're a very good system team. and there's not really too many passengers in that side either. So I think they're well rounded as a team, and Will Day probably has the highest projection.
Yep. Well, I think he sets their kind of, in a way, like their otherwise relatively boring midfield. He gives it a lot of flavour,
like
a lot of
Newcombe
punch.
And Nash and
Warple, and then you're right. Like I just think they're really well balanced around that. Like they've recruited really well with players to play specific roles. Like Watson's probably like one of their more kind of star factor players. Dylan Moore you could throw up there, but I think
Dylan Moore's a great shout too. He'd probably be my number 2.
Yeah, he's been all Australian, hasn't he?
I'm actually not sure.
I think he was last year.
Yeah, okay.
A bit of a quieter year this year.
I think he might have been last year. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and then I mean the other one that you would have been talking about 12 months ago would be Sicily.
Yeah, true. You absolutely would have been talking about him. But again, the age thing, he's not that young.
Yeah.
I think he's 96 born. So.
Which, the only, like, if you were bringing in the risk factor as a player here for Tassie too, though, with Will Day, you'd be like, the injuries would be a question.
Yeah. A great call. Yeah.
But, yeah, I'd still take Day.
Yeah. Dylan Moore is a worthwhile shout, though. Melbourne Football Club. I feel like you have some aging veterans and you have some promising up-and-comers, and then there's a couple of stars.
This is hard.
You reckon? I think there's one choice that I think is viable.
Oh, I mean,
you're not going to go Gawn or Petrarca or Oliver.
No.
So then you if you go all the way to the youth, you've got Lindsay and Langford and Windsor and Tholstrup, first-round draft picks, but then you've got a few players that have been around for a while. Trent Rivers, Cozzy Pickett is.
Of course.
So Cozzy Pickett was who I had. Yeah.
I was going to go Windsor, but no, like that's a slam dunk.
Yeah, absolutely.
I forgot about that.
North Melbourne, it was a tricky one. Like
someone just said Jai Cully for the wild card for sure.
Yeah, well, West Coast should look at him.
Yeah, Joel's right. Cozzy, case closed.
Yeah.
Who's next?
North Melbourne. If you've heard of him.
I have heard of this team.
Who do you think is the most stealable player?
Oh, who would I want to build a team around from? I mean, being a North fan and probably like the leadership qualities and all of that sort of stuff, the first player that I would think of would be Harry Sheasel.
Yeah.
But there is something about George Wardlaw that like if I was Tassie, I'd be like, I would like a piece of that.
Yeah. You think there's a good chance he'll be the better player of the two?
Yeah.
I agree, but
I'm worried about his body.
I was going to say his body is a big factor there. I think Sheasel is a safe bet, and it's safe enough for me to go there. Any other contender there? Cherry's a good shout.
He is a good shout.
Great shout. And not too old. Was he 26, 25?
Yeah, no, he's not that old. 25.
Absolutely young enough. That's a great shout.
Yeah.
I forgot about him, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the others you'd be looking at would be like an LDU. I don't think you'd take him.
Yeah.
You'd take one of those younger guys over him. And then some people like Larky, Paul Curtis would be another one.
Really? I mean, he's a good player, but he's just...
Yeah, I don't think you would take him over any of...
you go Sheasel, wouldn't you?
I think it'd be Sheasel, Wardlaw with Sherry as the outsider.
Yeah.
Rogue Wright says a future captaincy option, Wardlaw. Some people saying Kirch.
Well, Shees is also that, though.
And Colby for Tassie, because we made it around Tassie.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I think we ignored that part.
I think you'd still take... I think you'd trust that you'd get Colby anyway.
True.
What am I doing? I'm ripping apart my own club. Who's next?
Port Adelaide.
Oh, easy.
I think it's...
Actually, no, it's not. It's not.
I think there's two choices here.
Yeah, there are.
And we're talking about Horn Francis, and the other one is Butters.
Yeah,
I agree. That is the call.
And Darcy Byrne-Jones.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, more of them.
Oh, you're more of a Butters.
More of a Lockie Jones.
Beginning of the season, I would be absolutely all over Jason Horn Francis.
Yeah.
But Butters is so freaking good,
and he's young enough that it's justifiable.
I'd take Butters.
Yeah,
and particularly we're talking about building a new team and being the franchise player. I know what I'm going to get from Butters. Where I don't want to say this, but as a North Melbourne supporter, like he might just go home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got like Butters he's a dog.
Yeah.
Like he'll. Did you see that mark he took this weekend? Like going back with the flight. I don't know if you caught their game against Hawthorn.
I watched most of that game. I must have missed
horrific conditions, but just took a insane mark going back with the fly. Like he's just, I don't know, he's so much trust there.
Yeah.
Would you go the same way?
Oh, I wrote down Horn Francis. I'll stick with that, so I'm not a sheep. But I think you could be equally happy with Zach Butters.
A few in the comments saying Georgiades. I wouldn't take him over.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But amazing. So second to the Coleman. Who would have called that?
I know. He's
Great
had it.
talent.
He's an amazing year. And some people saying Rosie over, I assume, Horn Francis.
I mean, look, he's worth a mention, but I think third clearly in that pecking order.
Sorry, Concreta says Tasmania is basically an ice bath. No way, Jason Horn Francis goes there. That's
a great
good
call.
stuff.
Great call. Richmond Footy Club. This is, well, it actually might be incredibly simple.
For me?
Yeah.
I know this is really early to say this, but it's Sam Law.
Oh, that's who I had. I don't think there is another contender. Every other player is like mature and not amazing.
Yeah.
Like they probably don't have a single like elite player on their list. They have just lots of good players.
And then all the young
you've got
guys.
to look at the young guys and who's the best one. It's Sam Law. I think
Sam
that's
Law.
quite obvious.
Yeah.
Is there any other contender? No.
Nah, not unless you picked out another one of the draftees. Like maybe you're a Hotton man.
Yeah, exactly. Or a fall guy.
Love that.
That wasn't intentional.
That was very good.
That's good. St Kilda.
This is odd. I mean,
It's easy, I reckon.
Nasiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has to be Nasiah. The only one you wouldn't take this guy over Nasiah, but I was going to throw in Philippou.
Yeah, I thought of him next.
I think he's such a talent.
You know who I loved a couple of years ago? Machito Owens.
Yeah.
And I thought that the upside is so high.
But it turned out, I agree. I was 100% exactly the same with Owens. The upside doesn't seem to be as high anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just a good AFL player.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, still pretty young, but yes.
Yeah.
They're the same age as Nazai, to be fair. They're both like 22. So
Yeah.
early days, but I agree. Like my Nazai is the clear choice.
Yeah.
And that will be reflected potentially in this year's trade market.
Yeah. I don't think you couldn't make a case for Philippou with the injuries and the lack of continuity and stuff. But
Absolutely. Yeah. Sydney Swans?
Sydney
A
Swans,
few options here, I reckon.
this is, they're tricky because of the age profile element to it.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to, like, I just watched him today, so it's fresh in my mind, but like Isaac Heaney, who wouldn't want him on their team?
29 though.
Yeah.
That's why I would eliminate him.
I
want some longevity, baby. I want 2020 or 2019 draft
So
you've got Goulden and Warner staring you in the face.
I was about to say, so then it has to be Goulden.
They're either one of Goulden or Warner.
Yeah. How old's Goulden?
The youngest of that group. He is 2020 draft, so he's 23, I reckon.
Yeah, it's Goulden then.
You not at all tempted to go Chad Warner?
Nah, not over Goulden.
Interesting.
No, I'd have him third in the pecking order. I think Heaney's the best. Goulden's the second best. Warner is the third.
I actually wrote down Goulden first, but I also threw in Chad Warner. I think it's close. He's also younger. Yeah.
Yep. They're a tough one where, for me at least, just because of how highly I rate Heaney, but I'd almost like break the age rule. If he was 27, I reckon I'd like break the rule.
Yeah.
29's maybe pushing it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair. I reckon the last two will be incredibly easy. I reckon there's one standout young talent from these two clubs. The first one is West Coast. And you have to take one. You can't just say no thanks.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's easy. It's Harley Reid.
Yeah.
There's nobody else I'm taking from that team. Not even.
I'd say the next best is Hewitt, but like I still think
you're not taking him over.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Yep.
And the Western Bulldogs, not a team devoid of young talent, but there was one guy who has been unbelievable this year.
Richards.
I was actually thinking.
Sam
Darcy.
Yeah, of course. Jeez, it's funny because you wrote all of these down. I didn't write them down.
I know.
I was just relying on my memery to go to them.
It's tricky though.
No, you take Darcy.
It's tricky just to do this off the top. Like you always forget players.
Yeah.
Or Lockie McNeil, but I was late to the
Bramble.
Sam Darcy party. Like I was in Perth. I was telling you this. And when the season started, I wasn't watching heaps of footy. And I remember watching the True Footy live stream when you guys were sitting here talking about Sam Darcy as the best player in the comp.
And you were
I was
like, what the hell?
I was like, I need to watch some football. And I have now watched a fair bit of Sam Darcy, and the hype is real. That goal he kicked against Adelaide where he
I know.
like kept the ball in front of him and then tapped it and then basketball bounced it and kicked a goal. I was like, wow. clear choice. Yeah.
I feel like everybody does that with Sam Darcy. Like there's a moment where you haven't sat down and properly watched him and you're going like, he's a key forward. Like he can't be that,
Yeah.
what's setting him apart from everybody else. And then you really sit down and like engage with it and watch it and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I've seen it now.
Unstoppable for a fourth-year player.
Yeah. I would take, so I just said Richards because it was the best player that came to my mind.
Yeah, no.
Because you generally go to the midfield first, right?
Yeah. And he's 26. Yeah.
Yeah, like coming into his prime. He's probably been this season like the best player in the competition, Ed Richards, just on form. But like Sam Darcy's different gravy. It's a different position. You're never going to find that. He's probably the most unique player in the competition. And that's why I said when we put him up against Dacos in an earlier discussion, I would take Darcy over Dacos just because of the uniqueness.